Hello. Happy Wednesday. This is the business.
We do these scopes bright and early, typically between the hours of 7 and 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. What's up to all my replay viewers? My name is Lauren Boldazar. I am a wife. I'm a mom of 2 little girls. Hey, Jess, what is up? You see my little girls playing in the background. I'm also a local running coach and the author of Time Management Tips for Runners. You guys can check that out over at HolisticFitFam.com. I'm a business mentor and a business scope. Hey, business coach. Hey, Jess, what is up? Hey, J.H. Hammer, thanks so much for hopping on. Hey, Sophia, what is up? What is up? Happy Wednesday to you. Hope you guys are doing something fun. Hopefully I get it that you guys are hopping on here for quick business tips. I get it that you're busy, you're taking your kids to school, you're getting your kids ready, maybe you're walking your dogs. Hope you're warm wherever you're tuning in from. We are getting a huge blizzard here on the East Coast this weekend. And it is the first time that we're actually getting snow, a good amount of snow. So I'm kind of actually excited about that. But I wanted to talk, hey Kimberly, good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanted to talk a little bit about living the life that you want and not maybe necessarily having a traditional 9-to-5 job. And I think that it's the traditional 9-to-5 job is actually going away, and there's less and less people working a traditional 9-to-5 job. So obviously, good morning, good morning. So can you live that job? Can you live that life that you want, that life by design that I have in the title? The answer is yes, right? If you have the right mindset. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. And a lot of times working around your kids' schedule and working with your kids, as you can see, sometimes it's tough and sometimes you're juggling a lot of different things. And you've probably seen those people at Starbucks, right? Going, mile a minute on their laptops, or somehow you know that they're making money or they seem really successful. And you sometimes maybe daydream, what are they doing right that maybe I'm not doing? And maybe you see them and you live vicariously through them on Facebook, that they go backpacking through Europe in the summer, or they live in Costa Rica for a few months. They might even be rich, making millions through those mysterious methods of network marketing, and you're not quite sure necessarily what they do. So I wanted to kind of talk about a side hustle. For those of you, side hustle is definitely a way to make some extra cash right on the side, and it allows you the flexibility to pursue what you're most interested in. But how do you necessarily turn your side hustle into your 9-to-5 job and into your full-time job? So I have a little bit of an exercise that I want to talk through today. And basically a side job and a side hustle is completely awesome. Myself as an author and a running coach was able to really do my side job pretty much full-time by taking my running clients online, creating an ebook for residual sales, and also my running clients that I would do, I created an online running group. So we're able to do a lot of the things that we would do where we would trade hours for dollars and meet in person. We're able to do a lot of it online. So let's get back to that quitting your day job part, because I know a lot of you tuning in are probably trying to figure out, well, how do you quit your day job? Or what happens when you're fed up with your day job and obsessed with your side hustle? How do you really manage that when you're completely checked out at your day job? And what do you do when your side hustle produces so much for you, a life so appealing and income producing that you're ready to kind of throw in the towel with your traditional job? So if you're just catching the replay, or if you're just tuning in, we're talking about creating a life by design. My name is Lauren Boldazar. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 2 little girls, also a running coach and the author of Time Management Tips for Runners. So you guys can check that out at any time over at HolisticFitFam.com. I'm a little bit late hopping on today. What's up from Turkey? And you guys do me a favor. If you're new to my scopes, feel free to give me a high five or a thumbs up. I'll give you a shout out. If at any time this message is really ringing true to you guys, feel free to double tap on that screen to give hearts. My daughters actually love to see the hearts, so I will definitely call them over so they can see, especially the purple hearts. So I'll definitely love that. And at any time, if this message is really ringing true to you guys, you can do me a favor. There's a little Periscope man in the bottom right-hand corner. If you have an iPhone, you can swipe left to right to share this scope, or if you have an Android, you can swipe up to down to share this scope. Feel free to invite your followers in, because we're going to get to the meat and potatoes of the book of creating a life by design. You can also still give hearts on the replay, which is really cool. So if you already have a side hustle or a side job, and it sounds really appealing to maybe quit your day job, how do you quite get to that point? Or if you don't have a side hustle, I mean, there's totally so many people that, thanks Jess for inviting your followers, that just Google side hustle, you'll find so many different things. And with some time and creativity, you'll be able to really key in on your strengths. So the key with a side hustle or a side job is really keying in on something that you love to do and something that you're good at doing, right? So if I'm not good at numbers, I'm not going to be an accountant in my side job. I love to run, so I personally am going to be, that's personally why I like to do my running job. That's why I decided to do that as my side job, which came into my full-time job. So you want to key in on your strengths, because that's definitely what, especially when you're keying in on a side job, you want to key in on something that you're already good at and that you're already really passionate about. So here's a question to start with. How much money do you need to make a day to quit your day job to do your side job? So pull out a piece of paper, good old-fashioned pencil and paper, or maybe get it on your iPhone. Evernote is a good app to do this on, or get your geek out with your Excel spreadsheet or your Google spreadsheet and start writing down numbers. Write down your loan payments, write down your car payments, how much you pay per month, mortgage, rent, gas, food, childcare. Now, if you have kids, your childcare costs might actually decrease if you're going to work a little bit from home. Utilities, taxes, insurance, everything else, the list goes on. If you have dogs, dog walker, doggy daycare, etc., etc., etc. Hey, Samira, thanks so much for hopping on. We're talking about creating a life by design. So I want you, if you're thinking about quitting your day job and you're thinking about doing your side job full time, I want you to write down on a piece of paper, iPhone, your geeky Excel spreadsheet, geek out, get your glasses on, and write down your numbers. Write down what you need every single day. Write down what you need to bring in every single day. Don't forget to write down these numbers as you wish them to be, what you want to make. Write it down. Write it down somewhere where you can see it every day in that number, because you're going to be more likely to stay accountable to that number and know what your bottom line is. What's up from France? Thanks so much for hopping on. Hey, Kimberly, thanks so much for hopping back on. So write down these numbers. Also, if you're quitting your day job, benefits is a big thing, right? So write down what your benefits would be doing a side job. Maybe you're going to have to pay more for benefits, right? I'm good. How are you? Happy Wednesday to you. We're talking about creating a life by design. My name is Lauren Boldazar. If you're catching this replay, if you're just tuning in, and for more tips at any time, you can hop on over to my website. Right now, I have a complete opt-in for you guys to join my newsletter. It's completely free over at HolisticFitFam.com. As a running coach, you're going to get a 9-week free half marathon training plan for opting into my newsletter, and also free HIIT workouts. Came here to learn American. So like I said, write down your payments, calculating them, write down what you need to make on a daily basis, then break it down monthly, and break it down a 6-month spread, and also break down yearly what you need to make, and write down what you need to make weekly. So like I said, break it down, dollar amount that you need to live per day, grocery bills, etc. Obviously, it might change a little bit if you're going to work from home with childcare costs, etc. That actually might decrease if you're working from home. So like I said, if your quality of life is severely limited by your day job, you need to take that into consideration. So money isn't the only consideration, right? You need to undoubtedly, it's very important, it should be at the top priority, but you also must consider your quality of life. After all, many entrepreneurs, especially a lot of them that we see online, choose the route of self-employment because it gives them that opportunity to live a life that they really want to live. So if you're quitting your day job, or if you feel like your day job is holding you back, this might be a huge, major determining factor with bringing your side hustle into your full-time job. So like I said, we're breaking it down: money, what we need to make per day, and then quality of life. And then my number 3 tip is be prepared to sink or swim with your side hustle. So the scary thing about side hustle is that when it becomes your main hustle, it ceases to be a hobby and more a monster. So you need to be able to turn that passion into your daily, everyday life. So that's so important. So maybe you love what you're doing in your side hustle, but you need to actually be prepared to take that jump and turn your passion into a business full time, you're going to be the CEO of your business. I'm seeing some hearts. So that sometimes is the complete scary thing to do. So if you're just catching this replay, we're talking all about a life by design. I want you to do the numbers today. Write down what you need to make weekly and then break it down daily. Also need to look at your quality of life and be prepared to sink or swim on your side hustle. Once again, my name is Lauren Bodazar. For more tips, you can check out my website over at HolisticFitFam.com.